Welcome back to the Southern Sports Network Saturday Showdown edition here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. We are calling all of the state championship football games from 3rd grade to 7th grade. Here we have the Hilldale Hornets taking on the TYAA football club. They are basically the Tulsa Youth Bulldogs. Kind of to recap, we saw the 3rd grade game. Claremore beat Jinx 12-6. 4th grade, Bixby beat Choctaw 20-0. This is the 5th grade championship game here. I'm joined alongside my producer, Chris Dotson. I am Carson Smallwood, and I've got a fun fact for you guys at home who are watching this game. This Tulsa Bulldogs club, they have not lost a football game since early in their 3rd grade season. They have not allowed a single point in over 2 years.
No way. Wow.
Not a single point.
That's almost like Bixby this year going into it, that they had not lost a game since 2018 until last week, of course.
So here we go. Hilldale, definitely the David in this David versus Goliath story. This TYAA club, I'm just going to call them the Tulsa Bulldogs. They've not allowed a single opponent to score not 1 point.
Not one.
In over 2+ years.
Wow. That's crazy to think.
Incredible. So here we go. Hilldale will kick off to Tulsa. The Bulldogs will receive the football to start this game. Hilldale will receive the football after the after halftime into the second half.
What do you expect, though, out of this, Carson?
You know,
what are your expectations going on?
I think this game can get ugly fast. I was watching these two teams earlier. Hilldale does have a really nice quarterback. He was throwing the ball well. They just don't look like they have the size or the speed that this Tulsa team has. Some of these players in this 5th grade team for Tulsa are as big as their coach.
Wow.
I think this could get ugly very fast, especially if we get a lot of penalties from this Hilldale club. I mean, they're going to have their work cut out for them. Very, very tough challenge ahead of them. But they're in this state championship game for a reason, so maybe they're going to prove us wrong. We're going to see. But we've had some games that were coming in close to the wire before us that we've got to see earlier, and we're going to see if this game is one of those. And here we go. Tulsa is going to line up in a heavy wishbone set. He's going to hand it off. He's going to make the cut, and he's going to take off for the first down.
Great first down yardage right there.
So both these teams are in red. The way you can tell the difference is Tulsa Youth Football is in the red pants. Hilldale is in the black pants. They both have red helmets, red shoulder pads on the jerseys. I mean, a lot of red.
A lot of red going on today, so you've got to pay attention to the pants. Black pants versus red pants.
Yeah. We are calling this game. The Hilldale head coach is Jason Goad. Their association president is Jack Schaefer. For Tulsa, their association president is Lyndon Goff. Their head coach is Coach Birmingham. And we're going to get a flag thrown here on this play. It looks like it is still freezing cold out there, Chris.
Yeah, it might have warmed up a few degrees, but that wind, you're not going to know the difference.
I mean, wind has actually picked up.
Yeah, it certainly has.
So it is a cold, cold day. We're looking at mid-30s in the temperatures. Wind up to 20, 25 miles per hour. So real quick, we're going to kind of go over the Hilldale roster. We're going to start off with number 0, Colton Anderson. Number 1, Boone Goad. Number 3, Jackson Wofford. Number 4, Braden Goad. We are going to get a whole bunch of players just in that backfield there for Hilldale. Number 5, Easton Morris. Number 6, Gunnar Lott. Number 7, Jackson Wilson. Number 9, Kaysen Lippman. Number 10, Micah Chewy. Number 12, Drayden Jimenez. Number 14, Ryan Moore. Number 18, Cash Arterberry. Number 24, Ty Morgan. Number 26, Creed Kirk. Number 44, Matthew Williams. Number 50, James Carmichael. Number 63, Eli Keith. Number 85, Bo Stevenson, and number 99, Jaden Shook. Oh, he's got a seam. He's on the outside, Chris.
Oh, yeah, that's a dangerous place right there.
And there he goes. He's just going to cut back and keep breaking tackles. That's about a 15-yard run.
Yeah, a lot of speed on that one, too. We're going to watch that one on the replays. He bounces from the inside, then he bounces it to the outside. He had nowhere to go. It was bottleneck, and he found a way out and got a first down.
Yeah, that brings up 3rd and about 6.
Oh, that was 3rd down. I'm sorry. It looked like he got a first down, but the sticks were behind.
Yeah, he was very, very far away on that one. This is going to bring up 3rd and short, 3rd and mid, we'll say. Tulsa's going to hand the ball off. He's got a seam. He's going to make a cut. No, he's just going to keep running to the outside.
Now, it depends on the spot of the ball. They're going to give him the first down. I bet you they do. They've been very lenient today. You're getting close, and it looks like they are going to show him a first down. Wind the clock. And for the TYAA Bulldogs, number 0, Homer Gunton Jr., number 1, Maverick Owens. That's another name I like right there. We had Bear from the last game. Now we got Maverick. Number 2, Whale Montgomery. Number 3, we'll get back to that after the play.
Here we go. This brings up first down for Tulsa. They, they're doing something good that we've not seen a lot of other teams do. Is they're measuring their splits. They're not just running up and lining up. They're making sure they're lined up properly. And number 6, Dre Johnson, going to break a tackle, but ultimately be brought down for a loss. And it's, you can kind of see why Hilldale is here. They've got a very physical, smart defense, and they love to blitz.
For sure. Getting back to it, it's number 3, Jacaden Jackson. Number 4, Clinton Taylor. Number 6, Dre Johnson. Number 7, Vyshawn Embry Jr. Number 9, Bryson Jefferson. And number 12, Tyron Dixon.
Now he's going to be brought down for a loss. That's number 4, Clinton Taylor on the carry.
Good defense on Hilldale. Continuing on, number 20, Mason Totteris. Number 21, Caden Colbert. Number 33, Jerome Striplin. Number 37, I'm going to try to get this one. I think it's Osier Johnson. I think so.
And he's actually not going to be able to play today due to an injury.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. And then number 40, Jaron Scales, and we'll get back to this in a minute.
Oh, and there he goes. He's got a seam. Number 2, Whale Montgomery. I wonder if that's Wale.
Yeah, we could put a little tang on that one.
Yeah.
I like, Wale. Or you can have a whale of a time.
There you go.
Either way. But here we go, 4th down, and it looks to be about 4 on this one. Number 42, Amari King. Interesting name right there. Very familiar. Yes. And number 44. Now, I'm not a linguist at all, and I'm going to get this tongue twister here in just a moment after this play.
Here we go, 4th down. They are going to get the false start on Tulsa, and that ball will be coming back. It's going to keep it 4th down, but it's going to be in favor of Hilldale. And now they're going to have to go hash it out and see what play they're going to call.
Okay. Now, I'm going to try this one, and I'm probably going to hack it, and I apologize in advance. Number 44, Adasiu Lafudio. I'm doing my best on that one. Number 64, Javon Barber. 74, Jacob Newsom. Number 75, King Beeks, my second favorite name on this roster.
Oh, and there's a fumble on the play. Lineman picks up the football, and he's going to take off running. Big boy is going. He's going to get about 4 yards. They had a receiver absolutely wide open down the field. The left-handed quarterback is stripped by the Hilldale linebacker. Ball's recovered by the lineman, but they did not get the first down. This is going to give the ball to Hilldale. So Tulsa Bulldogs, on their first drive, lose the fumble.
And we got 3 more names to call. Number 77, Cadron Daniels. Number 93. Oh, let me try to get this one on the first one. Tiante Moore. Number 96, Braylon Morgan. That completes your TYAA Bulldogs.
Hilldale's going to run it right up the middle. Going to get about a yard on the gain. There's 2:49 left in the first quarter. Hilldale Hornets 0, Tulsa Bulldogs 0. And it is definitely a matchup of two teams that have some physical linemen.
Yeah, as we can see. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised by Hilldale's defense, especially the defensive line. And I think that's what's going to be the difference in this game is the line play.
Whoever especially in this game, whoever wins the line of scrimmage wins the game. But look at this offensive set that Hilldale runs. They're going to put 3 H-backs directly behind the guard, tackle, and tight end with extra tight ends. There's no receivers, no running backs. Quarterback's in shotgun all by himself with 10 people in front of him, all mixed up and bunched up on the line of scrimmage.
You could definitely say it's going to be run heavy today.
Very,
no disguising it.
Very sure that Hilldale's going to run the football. It brings up third down. They are going to have to now throw the ball. But as I was watching earlier in pregame warmups, Hilldale was throwing the ball a lot. They were just letting that thing fly. But look at how athletic and tall the secondary and outside linebackers are for Tulsa. I don't know if that's going to be something that they're going to want to try. As we do get the flag, it's going to be a false start on the Hilldale offense. Now we'll bring the ball backwards. They are going to try to mix something up. They've got third and long. And they are not moving the football. I mean, they had a couple of plays for this drive, and that defensive line for Tulsa, they just kind of sniffed it out.
Yeah, real easy.
And as you can see, the formation here, I mean, just look at how they're all bunched up. They're all just right on top of the line of scrimmage. And there's the ball. It's going to be passed, and it is actually going to be caught, but only for about 6 or 7 yards. That is not good for first down, but it will make it 4th and 6, so that is favorable.
Yeah, it is somewhat manageable, but another surprise call there by Hilldale to be able to get the pass away. I like it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes the defense a little bit more honest.
It does. And I can tell you that these corners, they're sitting back there. They are waiting for a ball to float in the air because they're going to jump up and try to go intercept it. And they were doing, and you got a quarterback who's under center. We're going to get a timeout by Hilldale. And that's going to leave us with 30 seconds left in the first quarter. This quarter is flying by, and we will be right back after our break.
She was a good companion, eyes like the Grand Canyon. She was an American beauty, with her wayfares on in the summer sun. Her touch felt like a loaded gun. Wish I had held her long.
And we are back here at the Southern Sports Network's Saturday Showdown, where we're calling all of your state championship football games here in the state of Oklahoma. We're at the Broken Arrow High School Football Stadium, very beautiful stadium here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And it's 4th down for the Hilldale Hornets. They are going to go for it. He's going to take the snap. He's going to drop back, but there's pressure. He avoids the sack. He takes off running to the other side of the field. And he is going to break a tackle and do all that running for about a yard. However, that does give the ball to Tulsa, and that is going to give them a first down.
That had some promise to it, but sometimes it ends in a punt in this kind. This time it's really just a turnover. But I like the aggressiveness. I just think that I probably would have played a little bit more field position early on.
They elect not to punt. They're going to go for it. So this will bring us our second offensive possession for Tulsa. The quarterback, number 1, Maverick Owens, under center.
Love that name.
He will move Jacaden Jackson over to the right side of the field in motion. And he's going to go down for a loss of about 3 yards. And I'm telling you, that Hilldale defense has blitzed probably 2 or 3 linebackers on every single play.
Yeah, they're definitely showing their hands on this one, and that's the end of the quarter. But I'll tell you, I like the pursuit. I like them being able to stretch it to the outside and play contain and not let that big play happen.
And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We will go into the second quarter of your 5th grade state championship. We're tied 0-0. A whole bunch of red. Everybody brought their home uniforms for this game.
They sure did. That's quite a thing, but hard to keep up sometimes, but we'll do the best we can with what we got.
And this program for Tulsa, the Tulsa Youth Athletic Association, the TYAA, such a great they've never not had good teams come through. They've never had bad years, it seems like. They've always got solid or great teams. And these kids grow up to go to high school, and they kind of go their own different ways. And then they get to college, and you see some of it in the pros. So a lot of talent comes through this program, and it's going to be interesting to see in a couple years which one of the kids in this game is going to make a name for themselves.
And it all starts here in the INFC.
So here we go, 8-minute quarters for this game. Just like all the other youth games, he's going to play action. He's going to fake it off and hand it to number 2, Whale Montgomery or Wale. Not entirely sure, but we'll kind of pitter-patter on both of them.
I think what we should do there is if it's a run that's a really hard-nosed run, we're going with Whale right now.
There you go.
If it has finesse, we're going Wale.
There we go.
That's what we're doing.
He can pick his poison.
Absolutely.
And we got some great offensive performances in our past 2 games. So far here in this, I think we've seen maybe a combined 30 yards of offense in a quarter.
Yeah, something to that nature, yeah.
Not a whole lot of ball movement here. However, the strength for that Tulsa football team is, the speed, and not only that, their defense. They have not allowed anybody to score a single point in 2+ years.
That's amazing. I mean, that is just simply amazing to think. And here we got on a double screen.
4th and short.
Bring it on both angles right here. Kind of change it up a little bit. Different feel here.
They're going to push that pile forward more than enough for a first down. That's going to be about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, that's definitely a good pickup right there. And it's nothing flashy. Both of these offenses are nothing flashy.
Nothing flashy.
It's just hard-nosed football. It's just run it, run it, run it. Maybe a pass here and there, occasional. But ball control, time control, and really trying to open it up for the bigger play.
Yeah, and the thing with Tulsa is they have the athletes that Hilldale doesn't necessarily have, but they both play the same style of offense. Very heavy physical. We're going to run the football. And as you can see there, Hilldale's they're just blitzing everybody. Great open field tackle there. Not enough for any movement, so it's going to stay where it's at. Actually, they're going to give them 1 yard, so this is 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and, you know, Hilldale is just blitzing. And if I'm coach and I see blitzing, there are a few design plays that you can keep the defense honest in that. Of course, you have your screen plays. You've got a couple of
you can even roll
short
out
passes, you roll out, anything like that. Screen passes, what have you not.
And I think we're going to see that here pretty soon because that quarterback's fairly athletic. Oh, and there's a great pass. Wide open. Nobody was even around him. That was number 42, Amari King. Wow.
Great pass.
That was so fast and out of nowhere.
I love it. I love that.
Well, and there was the pass. I was expecting it not like that. I was expecting more of a rollout. Instead, he took the snap, quickly just flicked it over the linebackers where nobody was waiting on him, and he takes it in for a touchdown. So there you go. Tulsa is up 6-0. They're going to look to add the extra point on. He's going to make a cutback, and there he goes. He's going to make it. That's number 2, Wale Montgomery with all the jukes.
Oh, yes,
but there's a flag on the play, Chris.
Oh, man. Here we go. Not so much finesse, and then it wasn't his fault, though, but I wonder if we'll see another try at this and back him up some.
We're going to get the holding penalty.
Which we've seen a lot of that today.
We have seen a lot of holding.
Previous 2 games, we've seen a heck of a lot of holding there. And offensive lines have been struggling to stop the blitzes that's been going on today. And that's one thing that they're going to have to be taught of, how to pick up that blitz and how to take on 2 defenders at the same time.
So here we go. We're going to be set on the 13-yard line. We're going to get a play action. He's going to roll out. That's a left-handed quarterback. He's going to make the pass. It is complete. Now he's going to cut back to the field where he's got all sorts of space, and he's just going to use the speed.
Wow. Outstanding play. I love that. That's really good stuff right there.
From one sideline to the other, and that's going to add the extra point. That was just backyard football right there. Make something happen, and they did.
And they certainly did. That's for sure. We're going to take a look at the replay on that previous one, the touchdown pass, And just look at it. I mean, everybody's bunched in tight. Everybody's expecting the run. They're in that same formation. Give them a look and just one step drop, and there you go. All those blitzing, all of that just kind of subsides, and that's how you keep the defense honest.
Yes, you lull them to sleep. Kind of what we saw in that third grade game with Claremore and Jinx. Lull them to sleep with some power runs, 3 yards here, 2 yards there, 3 yards here, offsides. Couple of, switch it up for the fullback, and then play action. So, got to stay honest. This is 5th grade. It's not 3rd grade. They got the basics down a little bit more, so you can get a little bit more creative, like we saw at that 4th grade Bixby offense. That was something to watch.
It certainly was.
And now we're going to get the kick. 5:39 left in the second quarter. Tulsa Bulldogs 7, Hilldale Hornets 0. And that ball is going to be down at the 30-yard line. Hilldale will take over the ball. This will be their second offensive possession of the game. We're going to see what they can do, Chris. They ran pretty much the same offensive play on their last drive and got a total of maybe 4 yards.
Yeah.
They struggled mightily on offense.
Yeah, we've seen it throughout the day today where one team was pretty dominant.
Yep.
Another team had struggled offensively. Now, that's not to say that both teams didn't have a good defense. Both of them did. It's just if your defense is out there a majority of the game, there's only so much you can ask out of them.
Yeah. Here you go, 1st and 10. Hilldale is going to take the ball. They change up the offense a little bit. They're going to put some big running backs back there, but that defensive line for Tulsa, they do not care. That's big number 75, King Beeks, on the tackle. And he is right next to an even bigger 77, Kadrian Daniels. Not to mention, you've got number 93, Tiante Moore. I mean, that defensive line is by far the biggest defensive line we've seen so far today. And 2 of them players are actually almost the exact same size as one of their coaches.
It's not to say that the coach is small, but
no,
that's definitely growth right there.
So 2nd and 10, they're going to run a little reverse with their slot receiver, and it works. He's going to take off. Down the field he goes. Just keep on going, and that is enough for about 34 yards.
Yeah, wow, what a play. Let's see that one again. That's definitely worthy of seeing it because he finds the hole, cuts back in, just finds the places where nobody is at and just uses that speed and agility to make it work.
Yeah, great play call. That was an offense that was struggling and not finding a lot of success in really anything. Just a yard here, yard lost, maybe 2 yards there, and they've just been struggling. They did get the pass that they completed. That helped them, but that was only for 5 yards. And then you get the 34-yard run there, brings up 1st and 10. Now you're on the 39-yard line, trying to get closer into that red zone. And the quarterback for Hilldale, number 5, Easton Morris, takes the snap. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, not much on that one. Try to go max blocking on that, but TYAA does a great job of coming off their blocks and just pursuing the ball.
We're going to get 2nd and 9. Hilldale has the ball on the 38-yard line. They're going to see if they can be the first team to score on this 5th grade squad in over 2 years.
That's just a crazy stat to think of.
Not a field goal, not a safety, just zeros. There you go. He's going to take the snap. That is number 12, Drayden Jimenez, the playmaker for Hilldale, who had the 34-yard run earlier.
He has got some smoke. I like his pursuit. I like that he's finding the open area.
Very hard to tackle.
Yeah. Low center of gravity, has good vision. I'm loving it.
It's going to be 3rd and short. Yeah, they're going to hurry up to the ball. They're going to snap this ball quick. They're going to get everybody loaded up, and that quarterback's going to sneak it. And he is going to get enough for the 1st down. He's actually going to add some yards to what he needed, and that is going to move the chains.
Pretty easy to call what they were going to do, but very effective. As you can see, just comes in, finds the hole. He was very patient. Found the hole, went right through it, picked up the 1st down. Nothing more that you can ask for out of that, though.
And now we're starting to see some life in this Hilldale offense. Their first drive went really nowhere. It was a turnover on downs. It's going to be 1st and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line. Hilldale running up in that max protection set.
Yeah, I'll get a side view of that one. You could see how bunched up they are.
And he's going to be tackled for a loss. The ball flies out, but they're going to say he was down. That was a tackle for a loss by 93, Tiante Moore. And that defensive line from Tulsa just making themselves known.
No doubt. And then one thing I've been noticing also is that the defensive line not only is big, and they're doing some good bull rushes, looks like they got a little bit of technique. I swear I saw a nice little swim move coming out of that. And so we got
just a large team. I'm over here looking at how many players they got on the sidelines as well. And they have some players on the sidelines that are just as big as some of the starters. So I think this defensive line, they get a lot of rotation.
We got about $1:15 left to go in the first half. Nice.
He's going to take a huge shot.
But snuffed out. I mean, the other thing about this TYAA defense I've noticed is that they do stay home a lot.
They do, and that was big, number 96, Braylon Morgan, who was on the sidelines earlier. They rotated him for number 77. So we're going to go to a quick break, and we will be right back after this timeout.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home. I miss him too. Love brings us here. Together's where we all belong. You're my home.
And we are back here with our Saturday showcase. We're taking all the state championship football games here with the Southern Sports Network. We are in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. This is your 5th grade state championship. The Hilldale Hornets and the Tulsa Bulldogs, 7-0 in favor of Tulsa. Hilldale on 3rd and long, going to take the snap and hand it off, and he is going to go nowhere except for maybe a yard back. That will bring up a 4th down and make it 4th and 13.
Yeah, they had a lot of promise on this drive, but unfortunately it's going to end up probably, I would assume at this point, TYAA's ball after this one. They had some great plays up the middle. The blocking was good, but TYAA has adjusted. And not only that, but you mentioned on the break, they're rotating their defensive line as well. So fresh wheels on, and you can keep it going. With 54 seconds left to go in the half, I think TYAA, it might get the ball back, and they might probably kill some time, provided they might throw something, a cork to us, pass another long one, and here we go again.
Well, they've got a tall, lanky quarterback who I was watching run around in pregame, and he was just juking the entire Tulsa football team out. They were just kind of incredible to watch.
Right.
So it's 4th down here. Hilldale is going to go for it. If they don't get it, I suspect Tulsa's going to probably get in a shotgun set and let their quarterback run free. But they're going to take the snap. They're going to hand it to the receiver who's going to throw it deep. And it is intercepted by number 42, Amari King. And there is the first interception of the game, the second we've seen today. And here's the replay.
Yeah, just a nice little set, shotgun set. Hand it off to the wide receiver, passes it, but he was underthrown. And honestly, he was well covered. He should never have thrown that ball to begin with. Didn't have too many choices, but there it is.
And here they are. They're going to put that quarterback in shotgun. He's going to get sacked.
Oh, Hilldale.
And he fumbles the football. The ball is on the ground. And they're going to say that, they're going to check it. Hilldale thinks they've recovered.
This would be huge.
And they sent every linebacker they had on that play. They just blitzed 8 people.
Yeah, looks like TYAA got it back. But let's take a look at that replay real quick. That was something else. Or they were definitely going to pass, but that protection broke down fast.
So we got 29 seconds left. It is 2nd and long. And they're going to spread them out. They're going to use their athleticism, put their athletes in open field. And you can do that when you're in shotgun. A little bit harder to do when you're in that wishbone. Well, here we go. I suspect that quarterback's going to throw it deep to the slot, or he's going to run it. No, they're going to hand it off to the running back, who he's going to make some cuts of his own. And he's going to get close to the first down. Tulsa is going to call a timeout with 12 seconds left in the quarter.
Look at this, though. I mean, they threw everybody by surprise. They were expecting the pass. A nice draw on the inside, picks up the first down.
They've got some good play calling. These play callers for Tulsa, they are in sync. The first possession, they were just moving that ball all the way down the field until the fumble happened.
Right.
Next possession, they just moved the field, go score touchdown. This one, they went back on that first play on the fumble. Then they have this run play here, and it moves the chains. It is just enough for the first down. So they got 12 seconds left. They're up 7-0. Interesting to see what they're going to do here, Chris.
Yeah. 12 seconds left. I don't know. At this point, I'm savvy with going into the halftime with a 7-0 lead. What you don't want to do is fumble the ball away, interception, pick six, anything like that.
Yeah.
You don't want it in the defender's hands.
Hilldale will get the ball to start the second half. You can see you've got what's called a quads set, 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Looks like they're having some alignment issues with their receivers. The quarterback's going to take the snap. He's going to throw it. He's got somebody out there, but he overthrows them.
Yeah, that ball had a lot of air on it.
And it's going to be a 7-second left on the clock. It's going to be second down for Tulsa Bulldogs. And you can see they want points. They are trying to call a play that goes and gets some points on the board.
It's some very aggressive play calling here from the coaches. I think they want to put this one away early.
Here we go. They're going to get lined up. It's going to be 2nd and 10. They're going to go back to that quad set. 4 receivers to the quarterback's left. Shotgun set. Maverick Owens, the quarterback number 1, is going to take the snap. He's going to throw it to number 2, Wale Montgomery, who's making some people miss. But great open field tackle by Hilldale. And that is going to end the half. Your Tulsa Bulldogs 7, your Hilldale Hornets 0. And this is a little bit of a closer game than I think some people expected.
For sure.
And we are going to take this into halftime, and we will be right back after this break.
This broadcast of the Southern Sports Network is brought to you by Native Ink, providing custom products from athletic apparel, embroidery, and merchandising. Contact Native Ink at nativeinkpromos.com or at 918-693-1806.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, in-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees, and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
The holidays are here, and Dick's Sporting Goods has all the best gifts for everyone on your list. The hottest footwear from Jordan, Nike, and Hoka. And the coolest apparel from all the best brands, plus must-have gifts from Yeti, Callaway, and the North Face. When you're running short on time, shop Dix.com, where 1-hour pickup is always an option. And with our best price guarantee, if you find a lower price, we'll match it. This season, give the gift of sport. Every holiday starts at Dick's.
Hey, Dean Blandino here. And guess what? Football season is right around the corner. And to watch the best live broadcasts in high school sports in Northeast Oklahoma, download the Southern Sports Network app. And check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I just did. Give them a like. It's the best broadcast in high school sports, and not just that area, in the country. Check them out.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. When I walk through that open door, I know that I am home.
I miss him too.
You're my home. You're my home. Love brings us here. Together we can do no wrong. Together's where we all belong. You're my home. My home.
At Northeastern State University in Muskogee, we take care of our students so they can take care of others. Choose from a variety of healthcare degrees, including physician assistant studies, nursing, occupational therapy, speech language pathology, and more. Answer the call at Northeastern State University.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, ripping out pages. I'm going through changes now.
The College of Liberal Arts at Northeastern State University is innovative, engaging, life-changing, empowering. Choose from undergraduate and graduate degrees in the arts and fine arts, languages, criminal justice, social work, and more. Be inspired at Northeastern State University.
She was a good companion, eyes like the Grand Canyon. She was an American beauty. She was a long goodbye. She was the best I lived by. She was an American beauty. With her wafers on in the summer sun, her touch felt like a loaded gun. Wish I had held her long. Wish I had held her long.
And we are back here in the Southern Sports Network Saturday Showcase. We're calling all of your state championship football games. We're going to do a little bit of a recap. Third grade, you've got Claremore upsetting Jinx 12-6. Fourth grade, Bixby 20, Choctaw 0. Bixby Spartans win the state championship for fourth grade there. In fifth grade state championship here, we've got Tulsa Bulldogs 7, Hilldale Hornets 0. We're about to start the second half, and Chris, we just got an update. The Tulsa, their center is actually a fourth grader having to play up at the fifth grade level because he exceeds the max weight limit.
Yeah, that's crazy to think because I've seen him, and he looks like a fifth grader. He looks like almost a sixth grader.
Almost like a sixth grader, yeah.
Wow.
So, and then we were also just told that it has been confirmed that nobody has scored on this team in over 2 years. They, I guess, gave up some points early in the season in their third grade year, and here they are in fifth grade, and they're just shutting everybody out. Everybody's getting goose-egged. So we're going to start the second half with Tulsa kicking the ball off to Hilldale.
And that center is number 64, Javon Barber, who's in the fourth grade, and he's big. He is definitely big.
Here we go. Start the second half of the fifth grade state championship game. And this is going to be a big half. So far, we've seen 3 offensive possessions for Tulsa. They were moving all the way down the field and ended up fumbling the football. Second possession, moved all the way down the field, got a touchdown. And then this last possession, they just ran out of time. They were trying to score with like 19 seconds left. Had 3 plays. They just got shotgun. We're trying to throw it down the field. Hilldale, on the other hand, turnover on downs, interception. They relied on a trick play where their slot receiver came in motion and actually cut back to the middle of the field with a 34-yard run. But that's all they've been able to do is just that one play. Their offense is struggling mightily.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're going to have to put something together. They had some success on the ground, but didn't really capitalize on the field position.
Here we go. We're going to get a kick recovered by number 10, Micah Chewy, who he's going to take off running, and the ball comes out. Recovered. No, he ends up grabbing it. So he recovered his own fumble. Well, that was a great return there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was about ready to, put my foot in my mouth. But, yeah, Hilldale comes out, guns a-blazing. They're ready to go. 43-yard line. Great field position. And you're in control of your own destiny. You're only down by 7 right now. That's it. You're still in this game.
You're still in this game.
There's no question to it.
So here we go. 1st and 10. You're on your side of the 50. They're going to get back in that power bunch set. The quarterback's just going to take the ball and run off to the edge. He is going to be tackled for about a 2-yard gain. And that is the tackle is credited to number 77, Kadrian Daniels, and number 1, Maverick Owens, the quarterback. And they're going to just, run this clock down, send in a new. They don't really use receivers. If you look, they get their 5 down linemen. They bring in some extra tight ends. They bring in 3 H-backs, and they put them just right behind offensive linemen, and they literally just create a giant wall. There's no cutback lanes. I don't even know if they have assigned blockers, if they have assigned blocking scheme. I think they're just trying to bunch it up to get everybody in one spot, and I think they're relying on their quarterback to make a cut.
Right, just find the hole.
Find the hole and just make a cut.
It. Yeah, that seems to be the strategy so far.
Unfortunately, this Tulsa defense, they're so big and so well coached that they're staying in their scheme, and they're playing sound football, and they're staying home.
Yeah, very important. Staying home and making sure that they don't try to do too much.
So here we go. They are going to take the snap. They're going to get a few yards. Still not enough for the first down. Yeah, they're going to mark it a little bit short. 4th down. They've got about 2 or 3 yards to go.
Yeah, it looks to be about 3 yards on that line to gain there. Now, if you're Hilldale, what is your mindset? Knowing that their offensive scheme right now,
yeah,
what would you be comfortable with throwing out there on a 4th down play?
I think you're going to have to hit a cross screen. You're going to have to possibly roll out to your right and throw it back to your left, or maybe you can even do a little shovel option. They're going to run counter right here, and it is going to be close.
I think they're going to give it to them. The refs have been a little bit more liberal on that.
Yeah.
There was only one time where we got to see a mark.
Yeah.
But that was pretty obvious. That one was really obvious, but they still wanted to get it right, which I don't blame them.
They got their counter, so they're going to run it back to the weak side of the formation. It's enough for the first down. Hilldale Hornets get their first down of the game on offense, besides the screen that they ran, but that play was on first down. So that was their first 3rd down conversion or 4th down conversion of the game so far. And here we go, 1st and 10. Hilldale has the ball. He's going to drop the snap. He's going to pick it up, and he is going to be tackled for about a 8 or 9 yard loss, and that is not something that you want if you're a struggling offense. That hurts bad.
Oh, tremendously bad, because I was thinking throw the ball away. But this is a very young kid. He's not going to think that. He's just trying to get away. So, that's kind of the crux right there.
Well, we're going to get a timeout by Hilldale. That leaves us with 4:49 left in this quarter. Tulsa's up 7-0. Hilldale has to make something happen on this drive. They've got to figure a way out, because I'm telling you now, the speed and size of that Tulsa team, and those coaches know how to use that speed.
Oh, they certainly do, and they have before.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it. They also, they play it very well. They will pound, and when you least expect it, show you that same offensive look, and then dump the pass off to somebody that's completely wide open because they're expecting that run. They're blitzing it in, and that's how we got 7 points.
Yep, and if they want to, then they'll just get 5 wide and let their best athlete, their quarterback, run around. So, I mean, really it's the entire game plan and the flow of this game has been completely dominated by Tulsa. They're doing what they want to do. Hilldale's going to roll out to the right, throw it back to the left, and that pass is caught. Oh, and they're going to say the ball hit the ground and that it's incomplete.
Let's see that.
And that pass almost was enough for a first down.
Yeah, he drops back. He throws it, and it looks like it got some air underneath it because that wind is going towards him.
Yeah.
So that ball just sailed, and there was really nothing more that you can do.
Now, we did mention that quarterback. It's number 18, Cash Arterberry. Does have an arm. And you got to see it there. He threw into the wind across his body to the other side of the field.
Yeah.
Just falls incomplete. So this is going to be 3rd and long.
And good defense on Tulsa, too, to be with the man, too.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 21. That's going backwards. That's a 5-yard loss. So now it's going to be 4th and 26.
And that one was hard to watch because you got red jerseys everywhere. Everywhere. It's hard to distinguish sometimes. But you see that penetration right up to the A-gap, and that was it. That's all she wrote.
And that defensive line for Tulsa has just been completely dominating that offensive line for Hilldale. They've had to rely on some trick plays and some, counters back to the weak side because that defensive line overflowed. But so far this whole game has just been in control by Tulsa defensive line. They're rotating their D linemen out like high school and small colleges do. And you can't tell size and the difference between the kids. They're all the same size.
That's a luxury to have when you've got an offensive and defensive line that you can do that with.
So here we go, 4th and 26. Quarterback's going to take a snap. He's going to drop back and throw it, and it's going to be it. No! It is going to be incomplete. Looks like it was going to be intercepted. Hilldale is complaining to the refs. They want a pass interference call. And the coaches are out towards the numbers.
Yeah, they're definitely jawing it out and letting them know.
He's letting the ref know their displeasure. Anyways,
that's 1st and 10
it's going to be
for TYAA.
1st and 10 for Tulsa.
Yep. I like the play call.
I think that
was
was the
great.
right play call, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they actually should have maybe ran that play on 3rd down. And Tulsa's going to hand the ball off, a little bit of a misdirection. Yeah. Here's the thing with this offense that Tulsa's running. They're trying to get their athletes out in space or give them that direct cutback lane. But, Chris, Hilldale is blitzing so many of their defenders. At times they're just basically doing a jailhouse blitz.
Right, every time.
Everybody's back there, but they just need that one cut, and they're gone because there's no safeties and there's only one corner. They're bunching everybody up tight.
I'm calling some screen passes right there.
And there you go. But number 9, that is going to be Bryce Jefferson making some moves and some tackles miss. That's going to move the chains. No, it's going to move the down marker, rather. I apologize. It's going to be 3rd and short. That's just something that Tulsa likes to do. They're going to run the ball, give the fullback a chance to run a couple of times. I mean, they're so patient in their run game.
Yeah, this is a great play to do a play action and find somebody like a tight end that's right up in the center, but they're not going to do that today.
Yeah, and Hilldale, they just sent the house. They are just blitzing heavily. If you're going, Hilldale's telling you if you're going to beat us, it's going to be because your athletes are better or you've thrown it over the top and you're completing your passes.
And the size difference really doesn't matter to Hilldale. They've disregarded that. They don't care.
They've disregarded. They're putting everybody up on the line of scrimmage. They're putting pressure by squeezing that center's steps. So really, as soon as he snaps the ball, he's getting hit. That makes it difficult for a center to move. And if a center's having second thoughts about his steps, we're going to see a bad snap here pretty soon. And they're going to hand the ball off. They're going to fake it. Number 2, Wale Montgomery's going to get the ball, but he's going to be tackled for a 1-yard loss. And that is going to give Hilldale the ball. And that was an interesting play call by Tulsa there.
I thought so too, honestly. But I know what they're doing. I know that they're just waiting for the opportune time, the most opportune time, setting them up for that pass play, that play action, then dump off, and then there you go. You got to have a 65-yard touchdown.
Yeah. Well, you've got so much confidence in your defense. I think Hilldale maybe has 30 yards of offense the entire game. So maybe what they're doing, they're so comfortable in being patient. Even though they're so aggressive, they're also so patient. It's a very rare mix to see.
Very much so.
What a great open field tackle there. Great open field tackle by number 4, Clinton Taylor.
Great pursuit. And good tackling technique, most of all.
And we're going to see a second down, second long, 11 yards to go for the first down. Hilldale is going to huddle. They're going to try to run some clock down and hopefully go score. They're going to be the first team to score on this Tulsa defense in over 2.5 years. And we're going to see if they can keep sustaining that. And here they go. They're going to line up in a shotgun set. 2 running backs, tight ends, and H-back. They're going to run some misdirection. He's going to fumble the ball. But he is going to recover, and that is number 12, Drayden Jimenez for Hilldale, their playmaker who had the 34-yard run on the trick play earlier in the game.
Oh, yeah, he just didn't secure it in the breadbasket, fell right out. He had his eyes down the field before he secured it.
And that was dangerously close to having the possession arrow change over to Tulsa. Hilldale will call a timeout. No, actually, they're going to let the clock run down. So we're going to go into the fourth quarter. Tulsa Bulldogs 7, Hilldale Hornets 0, and we will be right back to call the last quarter of the 5th grade state championship game.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going to change this now. Spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going to change this, ripping out pages. I'm going to change this now.
And we are back going into the fourth quarter, the last quarter of the season for the 5th grade year, Chris. Tulsa Bulldogs 7, Hilldale Hornets 0, and this is for the championship.
Yeah, for all the marbles here. And again, we could be looking at a situation that TYAA comes into it, no score.
Yeah.
No score for the entire year, for the entire last year also, and half the year prior.
Yeah.
That's insane.
All of 4th grade year, all of this 5th grade year, over half of the 3rd grade year. I mean, that's just something that's insane. You're shutting opponents out like that. So, we got a flag thrown. They're going to say this is on the offense. Looks to be maybe like a false start.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me too. So
that's very costly, especially when you're an offense that has not really been able to do anything for the entire game. Right. Now it's 3rd and long now. 3rd and 15, I think. 3rd and 14 maybe.
Yeah, so this is tough because they don't really pass that much. I mean, they are very run-heavy, but it looks like that formation tells me otherwise.
Now they're in shotgun. Quarterback's going to throw it. He is hit, and the pass is incomplete. Overthrows the receiver who was open.
Yeah, just a little bit outside of his reach, but that was one he had to get out early because he had two on him. He didn't have one. He had two that were closing in super fast. And there, you couldn't even step up into it. They had that closing gap right there.
His only choice was to let that ball fly because if he would have held on to that ball while getting hit, there's a good chance he fumbles it because everybody was coming back there to just put the biggest hit possible that they could give.
Absolutely.
So this head coach for this Tulsa team is over here just kind of somewhat grilling his own coaches. He is upset. He feels like that defense should had a couple turnovers already, and that there should not be people running freely down the field. So Hilldale's going to throw a spot screen. He's going to cut it back up into the field where he takes a huge hit. That looks like it's number 3, Jacaden Jackson. This Tulsa team has numbers on the back of their jersey, and on the front is actually their logo, so they have tiny numbers up on the right side of their chest.
We'll see that one again where that screen comes out, and it just closes in. Just
great
a nice
way
hit
to explode into that hit. That's using your hips and throwing your arms. That is a textbook tackle right there.
Now we've got about 7 minutes and 24 seconds, 24 seconds, excuse me, on the clock. Looks like we got a timeout on the field, but yeah, I'm just amazed. This team is not going to – they're not going to let anybody do anything. I mean, that's all there is to it. They could probably be playing at the 6th grade level right
now. So 4th and long, Chris, and you call a spot screen.
Yeah, they were just trying to sniff out a blitz. They were trying to get that open spot right in that two-gap area and just wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, TYAA plays at home.
And here we go. Tulsa Bulldogs, they're going to get the ball. Quarterback's over talking to the running backs. I think that they've got something they're trying to look at on this play. Maybe a sweep or a bootleg, but we're going to see. Nope, instead, I think maybe he just changed the play to run it up the middle. Yeah, he's going to break some tackles, and they're trying to strip that ball out, and he's still fighting. They're moving the pile, and that is going to be enough for a first down. So you're going to move the chains, and that entire Tulsa team was pushing that pile. Great run by number 3, Jacaden Jackson.
Look at this. I mean, he does not stop. He just keeps going, keeps wheeling, keep going, keep going. Get us push, and first down you go.
They're going to take the snap, but there's going to be some flags thrown. Looks to be a false start on the offense. We're going to see.
It's usually in the neighborhood thereof.
Oh, it looks like he's counting players.
Ah.
Yep. They had 12 players on defense.
That'll do it every time. That's the secret to a good defense.
Yeah.
If you can keep 12 on without the officials knowing. I mean,
they're going to give them 5 free yards. That is very costly.
Very costly.
Tulsa is very dangerous when they get into the red zone because that's when they start using some of their gadgets. But when they're in the middle of the field or towards their back end, they're very patient, and they're just going to run the football. That play's going to go
really nowhere.
Backwards, it looks like, for a yard. Brings up second down.
They were trying to open it up through the A-gap again, except for there was no blockers to support, and he just found Hilldale right in his face.
Tulsa's going to take the ball on second down, looking to move the chains or possibly score. Hilldale, however, is just – they're fighting. They're staying in this game, and they're fighting. Number 24, Ty Morgan. Number 26, Creed Kirk. They have just been making some plays tonight, as well as number 50, James Carmichael, who has been on several tackles already just in this half.
Right. Now we got a third down in one situation at the 21-yard line with 6:02 left to go in the game. This is what I expect now. I'm expecting a lot of ground and pound, kill the clock, keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to do anything.
And there it is. They're just going to hand it off to the running back, number 9. Makes a cut, runs a defender over, still's got his feet moving. He's going to pick up about 6 yards for the first down. Now they are in the red zone. They have crossed the 20.
And he just sweeped out to find the hole, juked to the outside, came back inside. Very smart run.
That's going to make 5 minutes and 30 seconds appear on the clock. That clock is now running. Tulsa Bulldogs hold the lead 7-0. Hilldale, they've got to get a stop here to try to get that ball back. They're gonna run into each other. The quarterback's gonna take it. He's just gonna take off running, where he's tackled for about a 15-yard loss. However, there is a flag thrown on the play. We're gonna see what that call is.
I got 20 on it. It's gonna be a hold.
It is definitely on Tulsa. They're going to accept that penalty. Yep, it is a hold. So it's going to repeat first down. No, they're going to decline it.
Interesting.
So the tackle for loss must have been more than the 10 yards.
Yes, and it certainly was. But I was surprised that they marked it down that far.
So it makes it, instead of 1st and 20, it's 2nd and 21. That extra yard helped them out.
It sure did.
So now all the fans I have noticed for Tulsa, they are now leaned up against the fence. And they are wanting to make sure that they get a good look, because number 3, Jacaden Jackson, is making everybody miss before he's finally brought down. This will make it 3rd and long. Chris, I think this is the play you were talking about earlier. I have a feeling we're going to see it right here. They're going to line up, and that little wing back or tight end, they're going to just take off running up the middle of the field.
Yeah, I agree.
They're gonna huddle up and talk about it. Hilldale, they're all lined up and waiting. They've got 6 down linemen, 3 linebackers rather, and 2 corners. And here they go. They're going to take the snap. He's going to fake it. He's going to throw it, and there it is. And he overthrows his man. That is incomplete. This will bring up 4th down. And I think they're going to get in a shotgun set now and just let their quarterback probably make a play. I don't suspect they're going to get into that formation and run it for 2 or 3 yards.
I wouldn't
I think they're going to try to get a good chunk, play some field position here. Yep, and here they go. They've got the receivers. They're going to line them out in shotgun set. He's going to be empty. Quarterback's now going to make his way to the coach, and that coach for Tulsa, he's going to call a timeout. So here we go. We're going to get a timeout. 4:05 left in the 4th quarter. Tulsa 7, Hilldale 0, and we are going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back for the final moments of this game.
She was a good companion, eyes like the Grand Canyon. She was an American beauty, with her wayfarers on in the summer sun. Her touch felt like a loaded gun. Wish I had held her long.
And we are back, and what we got was a shotgun set. Throws over to like a spot screen to his receiver, who takes off for maybe a yard. That is going to turn the ball over on downs. That's going to give Hilldale the ball with 3:59 left in the game here in the 4th quarter.
This is it. This is the last drive that Hilldale's probably going to get. And so you definitely need to make it count. You definitely have to get some points on the board. Otherwise, this might be another one that we talked about earlier, where Tulsa will go into this one winning the championship without anybody scoring a point on them for the past 2.5 years.
Yep. So Tulsa's had 5 offensive possessions. They've turnover on downs twice, a fumble. They ran out of time right before half and had the touchdown. Great open field tackle by Tulsa, but not before Hilldale gets about 8 yards on the play. Hilldale, on the other hand, they've had 5 offensive possessions, 4 turnovers on down, and an interception. Not looking good for their offense throughout the game, but right now they are off to a good start with that run. And here we go. They're going to huddle up. They got 2 minutes and 59 seconds left in this game. And they're going to go try to do something that's been impossible for over 2.5 years, is score a point against this defense. Shotgun, quarterback takes it. He's going to let it fly. He's got an open man, and it is overthrown, incomplete, and that's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, just a bit on the outside again. And again, like we've said earlier in this broadcast and the other two, is that this win plays a huge part in how you're going to pass and how you're going to perform.
Yeah, he has the wind to his back, and that ball was overthrown by about 5 yards. Maybe not quite 5 yards, but that ball was definitely assisted by the wind. Here's another thing, too. When you throw that ball, at this age, these kids, when they throw deep, they want to throw it high. Mm-hmm. And so when that ball gets high, that wind is just going to take it wherever it wants. So
it sure is.
We are going to get a timeout, but it looks like the coaches for Hilldale, they got a little bit of a marker board out there, it looks like. I can't quite see up here from this press box. We're pretty high up in the air. Got a feeling they're going to try to do something crafty here. As the stadium lights now will just pop on.
They certainly need to put something together. I mean, this is 4-down territory for them. So they got 2 more plays to at least pick up a first down, and hopefully that they can get a touchdown out of this.
Yeah. Well, it's about 3rd and 5. Wind to your back. You've not really been able to do anything for your offense all game besides that really nice reverse with the slot.
Right.
That was a 34-yard run by the slot receiver. They brought him around, and he made a cutback. Tulsa, on the other hand, they've been real patient. They're going to run their plays. They're not going to change anything up. They're just going to run and run and run. And when you expect them to do their little tricks, they don't. They just keep running the football.
Exactly.
So here they go. Quarterback's going to roll out to his right. He's going to make a cut. Breaks a tackle, then is brought down by number 2, Wale Montgomery, and that's going to bring up 4th down for the Hilldale Hornets.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't know what they were trying to plan on right there because it didn't look like he was rolling out to pass. It didn't look like he had that posture to it, but I don't know. This is it. This is for all the marbles here. You got here. You want to get some points on the board at least. But you got to put something together here right now. We're going to have trips upside here in the top of your screen.
The clock is running, less than 2 minutes. Quarterback's he takes a step to his left, throws it. It's intercepted by number 42, Amari King, who had the touchdown catch earlier. That is going to give Tulsa the football with 1:52 left in the game.
And here we go.
Wow.
We'll see this one again. I mean, the pass was complete. That's the good news. Bad news is it's to the wrong player. He undercut that route and tracked the ball, grabbed it, ran as many yards back as he possibly could. 1st and 10 for TYAA. They're going to go into this one with the championship game. The entire season not getting scored on once. The entire season of last year, not once. About a half of a year, honestly. So we're looking at 2.5 years worth of scoring without. I wonder if they can keep this up next year.
It's going to be interesting to see. This 5th grade team going into the 6th grade, that's going to be something to watch. So here we go. We're going to get the wishbone. They're going to fake it and hand it off. He's going to make a cut. But that's Wally Montgomery. He almost never gets tackled. Oh, they fumbled the football.
Oh, wow.
And they're going to give it back to Hilldale.
Oh,
Hilldale recovers the football with 1:18 left in the 4th quarter. That was the miracle they need, and they just got it.
Somebody got the heart attack machine out and put it on, right? And they supercharged it. They brought life back to Hilldale's offense.
Wow. And, this has just been a tale of turnover on downs or turnovers in general for each quarter for both these teams. And look at this formation, Chris. They're bringing out the swinging gate.
How about that?
They're going to hand it off, and he's going to take off running. But Tulsa, they had some players there waiting. That's going to be about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, Tulsa had a lock for that gate.
The swinging gate formation, that is something you usually do to go for 2 when you can motion back into a field goal formation after you've scored a touchdown.
That's true, but the important thing on that one, though, for defensively is that they stayed at home. They weren't fooled by that. They didn't try to over-pursue, and they didn't try to shift in a position to where they shouldn't have been, where it would leave it really open for that So there's good defense right there. And we got another timeout here from Hilldale with 42 seconds left to go in this one. And it's I don't know. I mean, what do you do? I mean, they're trying everything that they can to do something. I mean, and I got to hand it to the coaches. They're really trying today. They're really trying.
They've been somewhat creative when they've needed to be. Well, they've been creative when they've needed to be. It's just it hasn't really worked because this Tulsa defense, they're so well coached. These coaches are all of them, every single one of them. They're energetic. They're out there. They're talking with their hands. They're getting next to the players, showing them how to stand, this and that. I mean, they're just out there trying to make as much of a difference as possible, and these kids they're responding to it, and they're playing really well. So second long, Hilldale's going to get the ball back. 42 seconds left in the game. They're going to try to make something happen here. They did get the fumble recovery to give them a chance. Tulsa was just going to run the clock out. And here they are again, Chris. They're back in that swinging gate formation.
Okay. Let's take a look and see what they can do with it.
There's a player in motion. He's going to hand it off, and it's a reverse, and it is snuffed out by 77. Kadrian Daniels, he was out there just waiting, and he took the ball out of his hands. They're going to give Tulsa the football.
Wow. There was also a flag on the play. So let's see what the flag represents here, if it was a hold or not. This can change the outcome of the game as we know it right now with only 35 seconds left in the game. Officials are going to talk this one over.
And they are. Tulsa will get the football.
And that's it. That's all
Looks like the penalty was on Hilldale. They're going to decline so they can get the ball. They're just going to need this, and this game's going to be over.
Wow.
Unfortunately for Hilldale, they've had 7 offensive possessions. 2 of them have ended in interceptions, 1 fumble, and 4 turnover on downs. They have not had the game that they wanted to offensively. Tulsa, on the other hand, not much better, but they got points on the board. Tulsa, your 5th grade state champions, over the Hilldale Hornets 7-0, extends their scoreless win streak of 2+ years.
That's outstanding defense.
That is amazing.
That is just amazing to me.
And there you can see our sideline cam. Just absolutely heartbreaking for Hilldale. They get the late fumble recovery. They break out the swinging gate formation. They're desperate to make something happen.
Right.
Just for the Tulsa defensive line just to crash back there and literally take the ball right out of the running back's hands.
That was just amazing. I couldn't even see it from
It happened
here.
so fast.
It was amazing. Amazing. But, yeah, for the takeaways from this game right now it was ground pound, defense.
Yep.
Very old school. The one play, the play-action play, that was just amazing. I'm surprised they didn't call more of that, honestly. I think they probably could have opened it up if they did.
I think they could have as well. But the one touchdown catch, in my opinion, goes to the MVP, Amari King. He gets the late fourth quarter interception. He had the touchdown catch earlier in the game and got credited for 2 sacks. So
yeah, I agree.
I think that would be a good MVP candidate right there for the championship game.
Exactly. That was amazing. I love it. That was really good. But, yeah, this team right here, I'm looking forward to seeing them next year, honestly.
Yes.
In the 6th. I mean, there's a lot of things that changed from the 5th to the 6th grade. Can they keep this momentum up going into it and possibly having a 3.5 season blowout of no defensive points allowed?
That's unheard of.
I've never heard of that. Never, ever. But, wow. And here we are with the awards now.
So we're going to do the awards. Hilldale will get the runner-up trophies and, the runner-up plaque and state rings. Tulsa will get your championship rings and the crystal ball. Mm-hmm. So you can add Tulsa Bulldogs, the TYAA, to your list of state champions this year. They will join the 3rd grade Claremore Zebras and the 4th grade Bixby Spartans.
Yes, yes. And those that are watching right now that were asking, hey, we really tried to watch that Claremore game. What happened? Why was it delayed, and why wasn't it ever coming on? Well, we had a little bit of an issue with the school's internet that was firewalled. So we could not broadcast that one live. However, we did record it. We will be broadcasting that one shortly after they wrap up the games for your viewing pleasure. We'll make sure that everybody gets to watch that game. And it was a great game.
It was a great – honestly – It was my favorite game of the day so far, and it still is even after this one. That Claremore controlled it from the beginning all the way to almost the very end. Then Jinx was making their comeback, and penalties started happening, and Claremore made a big play. And hats off to that third-grade Claremore squad. That they're going to be a good team growing up, especially that quarterback that they had, Cohen Williams.
Exactly.
Shout out to him. Shout out to pretty much all of the Jinx's running backs that they had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we got to see the fourth-grade Bixby Choctaw. That was a good game. This game was great. Tulsa 7, Hilldale 0. Now, the next game that we're going to show is the sixth-grade championship, and this is going to be between the Edmond Bulldogs and the Jinx Trojans. So twice today we've seen a Jinx team in the state championship game, and that's going to be fun to watch.
It is. Finally get a team that's coming in from Central Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We used to see some great football back in the day with them, and hopefully they're going to start building that back up. I'd like to see some more variety, but I'm telling you, when it comes to Oklahoma football, for the past 20, 25 years, it's been here in the Northeast Oklahoma section.
Yep, you can go all the way back to 1996.
Yep.
It was the last time we've seen a Class 6A state champion that was from Oklahoma City area. It was actually Midwest City, the Bombers. They won in 95 and in 96. Since then, it's been Jinx and Union for 20 years. Then you sprinkle in here lately Broken Arrow, Owasso, and
Bixby.
And Bixby looks like they might get their first one. They were in 6A2 the past 8 years. They won 7 of 8. Here they are in 6A1. Had the nation's longest winning streak snapped last week to Jinx.
To Jinx, that's right, yeah.
And that was 59 games ended.
ESPN3 had broadcast there, and I can only imagine what they had to do to prep that field to be able to broadcast, because they've got a ton. I mean, when you're talking, you're looking at a minimum of 8 to 10 cams that are usable. And then you've got all the other static cams that are just looking for crowd reactions and so on and so forth. So you got to have a good infrastructure built to be able to do that, plus the lighting. That was another thing. That's another big thing at night games. You got to have proper lighting for that. Otherwise, you're going to get dark spots, and it doesn't look really right. But, what an amazing feat that was for Jinx to be able to go in there knowing that they were the underdog, a massive underdog in the eyes of the press. And then here they come, and wow.
Yeah.
I was amazed by that score.
And that was a great game. I have a feeling we're going to see those two meet again in the playoffs. A lot of upsets from the high school level here in Oklahoma. We've seen the number 2 team in 2A, number 3 team, and just top 5 teams in a lot of different classes from Class A to 6A1 have been upset in the playoffs. So
yeah, we've seen it. Not only here, but also in some of our broadcast partners in Arkansas yesterday, one of which was Prairie Grove, Arkansas, that we had broadcast for. Unfortunately, their season's over with. And, in fact, all of the 5A West, which was very competitive to begin with, I think they just ran out of steam because there's only one team left, Shiloh Christian, that's advancing on to the second round.
So here we are going to get your Tulsa Bulldogs. They're going to receive their state rings and the trophy. They are your 5th grade state champions with a 7-0 victory over the Hilldale Hornets. And again, we want to touch, for those of you watching now, if you weren't able to see the 3rd grade broadcast because we ran into some firewall issues that we had to have assistance by the school to help unlock some of that, we ended up recording it so you can still watch it. We did think ahead. We've always got a plan A, plan B, and a plan C ready. So after this game, we'll go to the 6th grade state championship where we're going to get the Edmond Bulldogs against the Jinx Trojans, the second Jinx team we've seen today in the state championship game. And we're going to cover that game as well. And then when we're done with that, we're going to hit the 7th grade game. That'll be the last game of the evening. And we've been here all day. We're hanging out. We're calling all the games. And it's a good day for football.
It's a great day for football. Yeah, it's a little cold. Yeah, it's a little windy. But honestly, any day is a great day of football unless it's lightning. That's the only thing. Or tornado around here. That's the only 2 things that are stopping me. We even had the Snow Bowl yesterday in Oklahoma City. Midwest City and Del City were playing their playoff games, and there was a lot of snow that came down pretty fast. But that looks like it's it for the 5A champions, or not 5A, but 5th grade champions.
Yeah.
The TYAA Bulldogs, again, 2.5 years, undefeated, unscored upon. We'll be back in the next broadcast with the 6th grade between Edmond and Jinx in a few moments.